The tangent at any point P on standard hyperbola with center C meets the asymptotes in Q and R. Area of triangle CQR is constant and it is equal to AB. So that's our first result. We have a point P on any standard hyperbola, and if we draw a tangent at this point P, it intersects asymptotes at Q and R, and center of this hyperbola is at C. We need to prove that area of this triangle CQR is constant and it is equal to AB. Now for any standard hyperbola, we know that equation of tangent is given by x secant theta by A minus y tan theta upon B, and it is equal to 1. We need to find point of intersection with asymptotes. Now equation of asymptotes is y equals plus or minus b upon ax. Now we'll put y as plus minus b upon ax. We can write this as x secant theta upon A minus plus b upon A tan theta upon B x, and it is equal to 1. Here b and b will cancel. We'll get this x as A upon secant theta minus plus tan theta. So coordinate of this point Q, it will be A secant theta minus tan theta, comma, and what's the value of y? Y will be simply b upon secant theta minus tan theta. And if we'll take minus sign, we'll get this value r, and if it is minus here, it will be plus. So we'll get this as A secant theta plus tan theta, and then minus b secant theta plus tan theta. Now we need to show that area of this triangle CQR is constant. It doesn't depend on theta. So area of this triangle will be 1 by 2 and then 0, 0, 1 A secant theta minus tan theta, B secant theta minus tan theta, 1 A secant theta plus tan theta minus B secant theta plus tan theta, 1. Now we'll expand this determinant. We'll get 1 by 2, and here it will be minus AB secant square theta minus tan square theta, and then minus AB will be secant square theta minus tan square theta, and with a mod sign. So it will be 1 by 2. Now secant square theta minus tan square theta is 1. So it will be simply 2AB. So here 2 and 2 will cancel. So area of this triangle CQR, it is A into B, and it is independent of theta. So this result, it is true for any tangent. Now second part is we'll need to show that portion of tangent intercepted between the asymptotes is bisected at this point of contact. So we'll find midpoint of QR. So midpoint of QR will be A secant theta minus tan theta plus A secant theta plus tan theta by 2. In the same way, it will be B secant theta minus tan theta minus B secant theta plus tan theta by 2. So here it will be A secant theta plus A secant theta. So it will be A secant theta upon secant square theta minus tan square theta, and here it will be B tan theta upon secant square theta minus tan square theta. Now secant square theta minus tan square theta is 1. So midpoint of QR is A secant theta and B tan theta, which is this point P itself at which we have drawn this tangent. So it proves our second result, that is portion of tangent intercepted between asymptote is bisected at the point of contact. Now third result is locus of center of circle circumscribing the triangle CQR in case of rectangular hyperbola is hyperbola itself, And for a standard hyperbola, the locus would be the curve 4a square x square minus b square y square, and it is equal to a square plus b square whole square. Now for the circle circumscribing CQR, now for this question what we'll do is we'll say secant theta minus tan theta is t. Secant theta plus tan theta will be 1 upon t. So we can write coordinate of Q as a upon t, comma b upon t, and we can write coordinate of R as at, comma minus bt. We need to find locus of circumcenter of triangle CQR, where C is origin, Q is a upon t, b upon t, and R is at, comma minus bt, where the value of t is secant theta minus tan theta. Now we know that circumcenter, it lies on perpendicular bisector of two sides. So we'll find midpoint of CQ. Midpoint of CQ will be a upon 2t, b upon 2t. Slope of CQ will be b upon a. So we can write equation of perpendicular bisector of CQ as y minus b upon 2t minus a upon b x minus a upon 2t. So it will be by minus b square upon 2t minus ax plus a square upon 2t. So this equation will be ax plus by, and it will be a square plus b square upon 2t. And the same way we'll find midpoint of CR. Midpoint of CR will be at by 2 minus bt by 2. Now what is the slope of CR? Slope of CR will be minus b upon a. So equation of perpendicular bisector will be y plus bt by 2 a upon b x minus at by 2. So now we'll get this result as ax minus by will be equal to a square plus b square t upon 2. Now we'll need to eliminate this t. So what we'll do is we'll multiply both the equations. So then we can write this as a square x square minus b square y square will be a square plus b square whole square upon 4. So this required locus will be 4 a square x square minus b square y square, and it will be equal to a square b square whole square, and that is the result that we need. 4a square x square minus b square y square equals a square plus b square whole square. Now if it is a rectangular hyperbola, in that case value of a will be equal to value of b. We'll get this hyperbola as x square minus y square equals a square, and if in the locus, if we'll put b as a, we'll get 4a square x square minus y square, and it'll be 2a square. So it'll be 4a to the power 4. So 4 and 4 will cancel. So this is a square. Then in that case, it'll be the rectangular hyperbola itself. So this is how we prove such results. Now one of the result is the product of perpendiculars from any point on hyperbola to its asymptotes is a square b square upon a square plus b square. So we consider asymptotes of hyperbola. We know that asymptotes are represented by bx plus or minus ay equals 0. Now any point on hyperbola, we can write this as a secant theta and b tan theta. Now we'll take this first equation as bx minus ay equals to 0. Then p1 will be ab secant theta minus ab tan theta upon under root of b square plus a square. And the same way for the second line, which is bx plus ay equals to 0, we'll find p2 will be ab secant theta plus ab tan theta upon under root of b square plus a square. Now we'll multiply them. We'll get p1 into p2 as a into b. Now it'll be secant theta minus tan theta into AB secant theta plus tan theta upon under root a square plus b square into under root a square plus b square. So there will be a square plus b square. Now secant square theta minus tan square theta, it is 1. So this expression will be a square b square upon a square plus b square. So the product of perpendiculars from any point on hyperbola to its asymptotes is always a square b square upon a square plus b square, and it is independent of theta. Another result is we need to prove that the perpendiculars from foci on either asymptote meted in the same point as the corresponding directrix, and the common point of intersection lie on auxiliary circle. So we have this asymptote, say y equals b upon ax, and then we have focus, say ae comma 0. Now if we drop a perpendicular from focus on this asymptote, we need to prove that this point of intersection, it will lie on corresponding directrix, that is x equals a upon e, and we'll also need to prove that this point will lie on auxiliary circle of hyperbola. Now let this point be h, and this point will lie on this asymptote, so it will be h comma b upon ah. Now we'll find the value of h. Now product of slope is -1. So slope of this line will be b upon ah upon h minus ae into b upon a, and it is -1. So we'll get this result as minus b square h, and it is equal to a square h minus a cube e. So we can write this h as a cube e upon a square plus b square. A square plus b square is a square into e square. So we can write this as a cube e upon a square e square. Now this a square will cancel and this e will cancel. So value of h is a upon e. That means this point of intersection will lie on corresponding directrix. So now we have this point, say P, which is a upon e and b upon ah, and there will be b upon e. Now we'll find x square plus y square. There will be a square plus b square upon e square. Now a square plus b square is a square into e square upon e square. So we'll get this result as x square plus y square equals a square, which means this point, it will also lie on auxiliary circle of this hyperbola, and this completes our proof.